Good morning. Oh, no. All of my stuff. I don't have a bucket. What do I do? Haha. That's right. If you saw the last episode, it's no big deal. How you doing, everybody? It's me, Waddles, and today we become the Diamond King himself. In today's episode, we're going to talk branch mining strategies for just about every single ore type in the entire game, including those sweet blue rocks. We kick things off today down here, all the way at the bottom of our gigantic mining zone that we set up last episode. To begin our branch mine setup for the diamond variant of ores, we're going to start by picking a side and then basically making a main hallway to mine off of. Now, a couple episodes back, this is a little bit of a throwback, but a couple episodes back, we did a little bit of chunk resetting. When we were doing that wonderful chunk resetting in relation to our base, like most of it is back over that way, which means this way is all of the chunks that we reset with the increased diamond generation that happened in like 1.20.2. Step number one is going to be a main hallway. And anytime I'm setting up a branch mine, I feel like this is the perfect way to get me in the zone, and aesthetically, functionally, I feel like it's one of the best ideas of all time. Now, our little main hallway here that we're going to set up, I think I'm going to branch it off of this main room. We'll detail it in a second. The main hallway that I'm going to set up, I want it to sit at negative 58. Negative 58 is pretty much the perfect crossover into like a lot of diamonds, but not so much bedrock at all. You see, here's the thing. Theoretically, if I made this hallway deeper, maybe even just by one block, maybe theoretically I might be able to find slightly more diamonds, but I guarantee it, I will also begin to start to see bedrock. And even if it was just bedrock on my feet, bedrock is still bedrock and can never be replaced by diamond ore or anything like it in world generation. In other words, deeper is a waste. Now, my little old main hallway down here, totally, you don't have to make it a solid 3x3 hallway, but I personally feel like these 3x3 hallways are perfect for traveling, like, up and down throughout your whole branch or strip mine. And then also, like, aesthetically, I feel like they look pretty clean. I like them. While I ride the bubble column up to the top of the surface, this is a quick reminder to tap like on this video right here if you enjoy it. It lets me know to make more episodes and helps them out huge time. Speaking of aesthetics, we got some catching up to do. In between episodes, I've been a little bit busy. The pickaxe, you might have noticed, it's in perfect health, good condition again. Over here, the entrance, I went ahead and mossed it up a little bit. I thought mossy bricks right there would look so good, and sure enough, I was right. Over here, I cleaned it up a little bit. I organized the chests that I had everywhere at the end of the episode. The beacon for our friend from the subreddit is back in a box, of course. Over here, because of an incident that occurred between episodes, I don't want to get into it. It was kind of disgusting. So anyways, over here, I went ahead and moved all of the blocks that I mined up when digging out this gigantic chunk last episode. Still, definitely, no doubt about it, we have a little bit more work that needs to be done up here, but it's in a much better spot than it was last episode. Hey, also, almost forgot to say, channel members, there's a brand new world download out now. And tap join for more. So for our initial branching hallway right here, what I'm going to do is cut it down to the left and the right relative to that whole dropping area. With my world and how I've reset chunks, I could, of course, branch mine in either direction to the left and right, but because I reset chunks only on the left side of this hallway, this wall, that is going to be the direction that we will branch mine every single time we need to branch mine inside of this world. Meanwhile, on this side, because it goes into the older chunks with less diamonds, I mean, it makes no sense. Why would I waste my time? Let's talk about torch placement, because when setting up a branch or strip mine, you're going to want to use torches to effectively cut out all mob spawns. Fortunately, nowadays, you don't need very many torches at all. Mob spawns are only going to happen when it is completely dark. If you place a torch every 15 blocks, then it will never get completely dark. Oh, I don't know if you heard that, but there's a slime chunk down there somewhere. I was rocketing up and I definitely heard a slime. Oh, that is spicy, baby. An essential supply that I like to leave at the bottom of every single branch mine of mine is a simple bed. That way you can sleep and skip it over to today. Let's talk about pickaxes, because when it comes to branch mining, you got options on options. Of course, you could do either Fortune or you could do Silk Touch. Silk Touch is probably a little bit better for saving space though. One of the most amazing things to add to your branch mining setup, especially if it's not like at your main base or anything like that, is going to be an ender chest. And speaking of ender chests, obsidian. I don't think I have a single. I don't think I have enough obsidian, which means it's time to farm. Well, my, out of my peripheral, there is only one legend that I could see, and that is Dear Sweet Bones. So it's been way too long. I'm so sorry about this. Coming in the next Minecraft update 1.20.5, I will have armor, and you will follow me everywhere, dear friend. But I'm sorry, I just got so nervous after the incident years and years ago. You follow me, though. You can join me today. Ender chest. This is going to be great for not only saving the pickaxe I don't want to use, but maybe transporting valuables. All right, Bones, so I need you to monitor the iron farm, okay? I'm sorry, I can't help it. I'm still a little bit nervous about bringing dog all the way down to the bottom of the world. One day I'll get over my fears, one day. Now for now, pretty much the final thing that I'm going to need to add to my branch mining setup to have it good to go for a long time is extra chests, extra storage. When setting up a branch mine, unfortunately, tragically, well, sadly, because of the nature of it, 99% of the stuff you're going to get is just going to be solid blocks. Fortunately, it's deep slate and tough for us. It's going to be useful, but yeah, having extra chests nearby so you can turn back every once in a while and drop off all of these rocks, it's a great call. A branch mine. So far, maybe you kind of get the vision, but why in the world do they call it a branch mine? Well, my friend, my sweet, sweet friend, this is why they call it a branch mine. For this mining technique, when searching for sweet, sweet diamonds, we kick everything off at Y -58. I've got a main hallway right here that's going to make it easier for me to make new branches every time I need to. I'm going to pick a spot on this hallway and begin digging a tunnel. This tunnel is going to be, for now, 2 blocks tall. While digging this tunnel, I'm going to take a look at every single block around me. Top, floor, walls, you know how it goes. Every once in a while, specifically 15 or so blocks, I'm going to drop a torch on the ground. While mining down here, it's a great idea to get a good pickaxe because unfortunately, deep slate takes time to mine. On Bedrock Edition, if deep slate is at the very end of your reach, like we're talking right there, it's actually insta-mineable. Tragically, it doesn't work on Java. Now, this is a method that tragically requires quite a bit of patience. For a method that requires patience, but maybe is a little bit more exciting, check out this episode, or maybe even this episode for finding diamonds. Both methods will work perfectly. After mining for a little bit of time, we stumble upon our very first, the initial profits of the day. However, today, right here, right now, to keep the inventory clean, because redstone likes to be like fortuned and spill everywhere, I'm gonna go ahead and silk touch it. With a silk touch, it'll be compact and nice and organized inside of my inventory. After that, it's back to mining for me. Tragically, diamond generation, oh, sweet lapis generation, haha, our other friend. Slowly, the color gradient, if I'm not mistaken, is like amping up to that sweet pearly blue color. Perhaps that could mean only but one thing. Maybe we go a couple more blocks, just a few more blocks right here, any second, and, all right, maybe not any second, but diamonds. They can be anywhere down here, but they're not exactly everywhere. So my hallway right here, at this point, it's getting pretty significantly long. What I'm going to do at this spot right here is pick a random spot. It doesn't matter. I'm going to go to the left or right. I'm going to mine 3 blocks over. Then I'm going to turn and start mining straight back. By far, the best and safest branch mining strategy involves branches of your mine that are separated by 2 blocks. By separating them out by 2 blocks, you ensure that you're going to see every single block in between the hallways. Like, you see this block right there inside of that hallway. Over here in this hallway, you see that block right there. You see diamonds, the sweet friend that we're searching for desperately right now. And when these things generate inside of Minecraft, usually they'll generate in a chunk that maybe looks something like that. Of course, sometimes you might be missing some blocks, but usually it spreads out over the course of 2 blocks. Let's imagine this area right here as 2 of my branch mine tunnels. Let's say maybe diamonds generated something like this inside of the branch mine. Of course, I'm going to be able to see if I'm in this tunnel, the diamonds over here, or if I was in this tunnel, I would see the diamonds. I would never miss them. Now, let's say for the sake of this example, that block down there, that is -58. If the diamonds generated something like this, maybe a little bit above us, and I was inside of this hallway, I would never see those diamonds. But over here in this hallway, I absolutely see the diamonds. Theoretically, if I were to spread my hallways out 3 blocks instead of 2, I might be able to cover a little bit more ground. But if a diamond happens to generate something like that or something, then I'm unfortunately going to completely miss it. Because of course there would be a ceiling here, and that ceiling probably wouldn't be diamonds. Another great way to look at it is when you're branch mining, you're not really necessarily trying to just cover as much ground as possible. Instead, you're probably trying to find as many diamonds as possible. If you're trying to find as many diamonds as possible, separate your hallways out 2 blocks. It's a proven science, period. So in our second hallway of our branch mine right here, perfectly, we stumbled upon a redstone. Let's talk about redstone. Even though we're looking for diamonds right now, you see what I mean? One block lower and we'd be on bedrock. But anyways, even though we're looking for diamonds right now, this area that we're mining at is actually going to be even better for redstone. If you're ever looking to find redstone in a branch mine setting for whatever reason, you don't want to build that witch farm or something, then it's going to be negative 58 as well. Hey, who grew a tree in the middle of my branch mine? Well. On a different note, aesthetics. Down here, this little area is going to be the branch mining hub for the entire world forever. I care how it looks. With the basic diamond mining technique kind of laid out for you, I feel like we could move on and talk about aesthetics really quick here. Down here, I want to make sure this area looks like a proper mining hub and is like beautiful looking for all time. I figured maybe what I could do is start with a little bit of spruce staircases in here, facing towards this middle water pit. Of course, because of how we're gonna get up and down in here long term, we need to leave this center thing as a water pit. Down here in the corners, not that it matters that much, but we dig that out and we put a log. Now that looks proper and good. Beyond the spruce ledge that I just put in right there, I think I would like to continue with the spruce flooring. I feel like the spruce flooring would look pretty good down here. What I'll do is I'll continue the spruce flooring all the way up until we hit our branch mine. And then over here, I'm not really going to worry about it. I feel like that would be a little bit on the overkill side. Down here to maybe make it look a little bit more detailed. Ooh, we could get fancy with some spruce logs in here. Spruce logs are not only beautiful looking, but they're fancy looking too. Now, when I was thinking about this build and trying to come up with how I want to do this, I kind of envisioned this idea of this being an all-out informational hub as well, where I could kind of get all of the knowledge that I could ever dream of needing when it comes to branch mining. So in other words, what I'm saying here is I'd like to maybe set up a little bit of a sign, a board, if you will. Then what I like to do is slowly but surely throughout today's episode, as we start to do a little bit more branch mining and talk about maybe where it is possibly best to find these things, we come back over and watch this. We come back over and slowly but surely begin to fill this entire board in with a little bit of information. That way, maybe I have some kind of severe accident and completely lose track of this entire game. Well, no big deal. I jump down into my branch mine, I take a look at the billboard, and I'm like, ah yes, diamonds, go to negative 58 and start branch mining. Haha. Diamond, oh sweet, wonderful diamond. For me now, it's back to branch mining. What I'm going to do today is set out on a goal. My goal is pretty straightforward. All that I need to do to be able to finish the diamond goals that I have for the setup for what I want to do next is find 64 diamonds. That way, if I find 64 diamonds, I should be more than set for all of the stuff that I want to do in the upcoming near future. In order to find 64 diamonds, factoring in fortune, I think that means maybe if I can find like 8 or so clusters, hopefully I'll be good. However, that brings me to my next big point, and that is branch mining down low. It is inevitable. Every once in a while, you will find gravel clusters. I highly recommend when branch mining down low to remove all of the gravel. Removing gravel is insanely easy if you do this little torch trick because of how many blocks this stuff ends up exposing when you remove it all. I highly recommend digging it out. It takes no time at all, and you never know. Might lead you to a couple diamonds. Gold. Haha. I've found even more gold so far. I mean, I haven't had loads of gold. I have more redstone than gold, but I have found some gold, and to be honest, I'm a little bit surprised by it. Of course, obviously, clearly, statistically, we can find gold, but ideally, if you're looking for gold, you're going to want to set your branch line up somewhere closer to Y0 instead. More specifically, Y negative 16. And while we're at it, talking about things close to Y0, you're also going to find the most iron underground close to Y0 and the most lapis underground close to Y0 as well. Lapis, it maxes out actually flat at Y0, so maybe a branch mine there. Meanwhile, iron, on the other hand, is actually going to max out around Y16. That's going to mean with those three things in mind, it's maybe not a terrible idea because of the crossover generation of those ores to maybe set up a branch mine at, say, Y0 or something, and maybe find a little bit of all of them. However, iron, it has a little bit of a different situation. Iron ore veins, these basically gigantic, massive ore veins that I wish existed for diamonds. That would be beautiful. Iron ore veins, they exist anywhere below Y0. You can definitely find these things stretching all the way down to the bottom of the world. It's kind of all just up to luck, a coincidence, and a little bit of chance. All right, hello, Les. Sweet, beautiful diamonds. Diamonds, you're wonderful, you're so perfect. I love you so much. For now, I'll so touch you, maybe till I get like 32 with you, then I'll fortune you all at the end. 3, 2, 1, let's do this. All right, look, this is such a sidetrack, like the biggest one. I don't need to be doing this right now. I should be looking for diamonds, but I keep hearing lava popping over here, and I'm not really finding anything. Of course, I would branch mine off down that way, but it sounds like the lava, to me, is like up over this way or something. What I think I want to do is try and find this lava, because I noticed something in between cuts here. I'll tell you what it is in a minute, but lava. It definitely sounds like I'm like right in front of it, right here. Right here. Right here. All right, well, I don't know where it is, but I'm close. It definitely sounds like there's a pit of lava right over here, and sometimes these lava pits could, of course, be like fully submerged. The lava pits could be fully submerged, but this one, it is not fully submerged. It's not. All right, so my friends, I noticed something when I was mining down the hallway, one of these hallways right over here, and I forgot to put torches. It was really dark, and I saw nothing, and then I noticed, oh, the entire branch mine right here is in the deep dark biome. Everything that we've been working on over here is deep dark, including this whole dropping area that I improved and got like all the way up to my vision. See, a little bit of backstory. When I built something like this in the survival world a million years ago, I always wanted to do something like this, where you have the bedrock showing and then I have water right there, so I like jump into the water and there's bedrock, and yeah, but it's all inside of the deep dark, and I literally didn't even notice. I mean, look, obviously here, I knew that I was like a good likelihood that we'd have the deep dark because we're right underneath a gigantic mountain, but we're actually properly and solidly inside of the deep dark biome. We need to be careful here. Oh, the deep dark biome. We need to desperately come back. Ooh, we need to come back here and revisit it. Sounds like we're next to the edge of the deep dark biome too, or there's a mob spawner too. Oh boy, the deep dark biome. Look at this place. It's so cool looking, and actually for diamond mining and ore mining in general, it's not bad. We could actually find ores inside of this place relatively easily, especially if I brought a hoe. Why in the world are there so many zombies, though? Wow, okay, so this is the find of the century right here. I don't know if this is really gonna help me find diamonds. I mean, of course it could. It's low enough. It's a deep cave, and maybe is this like the end of the deep dark biome? I don't know. I need to be so careful. The ancient city that we found so long ago is waiting for me. It's on the to-do list. I promise. Desperately, I want to go back over to the ancient city, but I just need better armor first. I need to fix it up. Oh, boy. The deep dark biome. Imagine if I found an ancient city down here, too. That'd be the second of the world. Wow, this place is so scary. It's terrifying. I also get tempted to just full out sprint in here. Full out sprint, okay. All right, well, that's going to be strike number 1 for the warden today. I could handle a couple more strikes. I'm no coward. Look at this thing. The caves, how could I resist? They keep going. This cave, this sweet little cave right here, not very many diamonds inside of it, and not very deep or dark looking, but it definitely is. But anyways, this cave is my preferred diamond mining method. Branch mining definitely works, and it's definitely a thing, but I have so much more fun nowadays running around inside of proper cave systems and looking for diamonds instead. Anyways, though, this cave, this vine right here is pretty clutch, and it looks like there's more and more to the cave as well. It's kind of beautiful. Absolutely gonna need to come back down here at some point and explore even more. Yeah, look at this thing. It's a whole mess of a cave. Well, look here, for today, with such an amazing clutch of a find, what I'm gonna do is set up a simple staircase, cutting off at this main hallway, up right into the deep dark biome. Then anytime I want to head over to the deep dark biome and maybe, like, find an ancient city or something. Number 2. Well, look, anytime I want to do that, not a problem at all. Let's get back to diamond mining. Now, while we do a little bit more branch mining, I would like to talk about some other ores that you can find while branch mining, except definitely not branch mining down low. If you're looking to get your hands on a little bit of coal or a little bit of copper, to be honest, I don't really recommend a branch mine. But if the branch mine is your thing and you'd really love to, then consider making a copper branch mine somewhere around Y50. Y48, statistically, according to this chart right here, is the best spot to find copper inside of your world. Keep in mind that you can find massive copper ore veins, and keep in mind that copper generates a little bit more frequently inside of the dripstone caves biome. Another resource that you could branch mine for, but I don't really recommend it, is coal. The classic coal. If you're looking for coal, technically a branch mine around Y100 would probably do, but around Y100, that means you're gonna need to be inside of a mountain biome. While you're inside of the mountains, if you're looking for coal, just go higher and higher and higher. Inside of your world, just like with emeralds, coal is going to generate more frequently the higher up you go. Unfortunately for us, down in the deep slate range, there will be no coal found ever, at least like -58 where our mine is. Not a chance at all. Yeah, so laddies, I've done it. In fact, I might have overdone it, actually. I'm not too sure. I got a lot of diamonds. Yeah, I definitely overdid it. I think with the amount of diamonds that I have inside of the inventory, but then also combined with the diamonds inside of the chest, I should be golden. I think we've just about finished our branch mining mission for today. Oh, and there's this little glitch that you could do. While running in third person in a too tall hallway, you could actually see clean through the world, I guess. That might help you find caves. So our branch mine today, I finished it all the way down to this wall, and that wall's not as far. And then over here, that one's way farther. I have a lot more room. Of course, as I need more diamonds in this world, not a problem. Now I could just jump down here in between episodes and continue to expand the branch mine a little bit more. Considering the fact that it's all in the deep dark, I don't even need torches. It's beautiful. Our chart over here is looking pretty filled in. For most of the things on here, we got a little bit of information. Remember that I really don't recommend branch mining for coal or copper. Just maybe go in a cave and you'll find plenty of that stuff. The very final one that I absolutely never recommend branch mining for is emerald. Emerald is honestly so vague. According to the chart right here, it's most common higher up inside of your world, but you need to take into account the fact that higher up inside of your world, there are like no blocks. Like the mountains aren't very common up high. So for emerald, theoretically, like technically, I guess you could say like Y256, but that's literally not really possible. So basically the higher you go. If you're looking for emeralds, don't make a branch mine. Instead, find a tall mountain and look around inside of it and on the side of it. When it comes to mining for every single ore, that's your best range right there. Take a screenshot. Oh boy, when it comes to blocks, look at this thing. I'm rolling in the deep slate. Not only do I have a double chest and more up there, but now I almost have another double chest down here. When it comes to tough, I mean, I'm doing pretty all right. And then other blocks, gravel, oh, so much of it too. It's beautiful. When it comes to the ore haul for today's episode, inside of the inventory, whoo, 42 deep slate diamond, 2 stacks, 2 stacks perfectly of redstone and a little bit more, deep slate lapis, deep slate gold, and even a little bit of iron too. It's beautiful. Now, of course, I would consider mining it all out down here, but instead, I think we got another job that we might as well take care of first. All the way back up here on the surface, things are looking. That's exactly how I would put it. This little zone over here, though it is like progressed and better looking than ever before, and hold on a minute, better looking, the tree grew. Oh, I gotta get a view of it. The zone, it looks good, but it definitely could look maybe a little bit more good. And first things first, I was thinking maybe a couple big rocks sitting around on the ground. I think I'm gonna have to go get a little bit more pointed dripstone for this, but fit the palette, match the vibe, you know, all of that kind of stuff. Bonzo, you look beautiful. I was also thinking a little bit about this hill in specific right here, and I have a cool idea. This is right close to the iron farm, so I can't really build anything here. I figured maybe I could just expand this whole mining zone, take over this whole little section right here, then I don't have to worry about it. By the time I want to come back in and add more builds, say like right here, I think I'm starting to get far enough away from the farm. Shouldn't be a problem. Come on, man. I was down in the caves the whole episode. As soon as I'm up top trying to do beautiful terraforming, the rain, the poor, terrible rain. Stop satiating my land. It's good. Go away. Oh, this tree is perfect. I don't know what it looks like. I haven't taken a look, but it's perfect from up close. It's beautiful. We need to go ahead and make this a nice and tall tree, and then I don't know. I need to come up with what else I want to do over here. Ideas? Throw them down below. We have so much new deep slate ores. I wish I had like classic ores, but I don't think I really have very many of those. But we got a lot of different deep slate ores. I was imagining, considering the fact that this is a mining zone and all, what if maybe I did a couple small piles of ores sitting around on the surface? I don't really need like a lot of piles. I was thinking maybe three. Three should probably be more than good enough, but you know, some piles. That could be cool. And maybe even I'm big fancy around here. We'll put a little bit of diamond on the ground too. Ah, that feels rich. Up here on this hill, to maybe like more properly close off this area, how about one of those cool little log pile things? Like, you know the things, like we have a pile of logs sitting something like that, and then maybe with some like rails, I could go ahead and go up and down to this thing right here to like hold the logs in. I don't know what happens at a mining zone, but I feel like at a mining zone, they definitely got some logs like from a tree cut down right there. That definitely starts to like define a border for me, which is good. Speaking of define a border for me, I was thinking over here we should probably define a border as well. It's a little bit tricky because it's kind of abstract here, but maybe like that'll be the entrance where I step up, then I could like have the border go over this way, room for a road in the middle. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of perfect, I think. Rocks. Did somebody order a little bit more rocks? And I can't believe I'm saying it. I really, truly can't, but right here with this whole like border definition thing, and then I'm gonna have the path in here and I'll get even more rooted and coarse dirt. But right here, that just about actually like, I mean, I got it. At long last, I just about got it. I could do a path connecting that way, and a path connecting that way is beautiful. I never thought the day would come, truly. I don't know what was happening, but I never thought the day would come. We have a road fully connecting. Got some random stuff in the way, no big deal. We got a road. And so, as we start to finish up the rest of this zone and everything else I had to do today, I'd like to talk a little bit about Hit 1996 game, Pajama Sam. No need to hide when it's dark outside. Okay, so this is for today's comment of the day. I just kind of wanted to talk about another game that I just replayed. This is a game from when I was young, and the vibes are immaculate inside of this thing. I've lately been into this new aesthetic, or maybe it's not really new, or what I newly learned about it. It's called Dark Noir. It's really cool. It's like those old like Batman shows, if you know what I'm talking about. And I feel like this game maybe almost fits into that aesthetic too. It's like very dark and kind of like almost creepy vibes or whatever, but it's so good. I found out that it was on PlayStation. Usually I like try to like chill. I like play games on PlayStation because I can hang out with like the animals, with Jordan, you know how it goes. But I recently found out it was on PlayStation, so I had to cop it. And oh my gosh, is this a shared like nostalgic memory? Does anybody else know what I'm talking about right now? Or I can't be the only one, right? Because the vibes are so good. I need to make this in Minecraft somehow. And so, without further delay, it's time. The grand mining zone is now fully complete. At the beginning of the very next day, we can see it slowly. The sun will rise over my tower and it'll be all lit up in here. But check this out. I didn't do too much over here by this path. I'm a little bit nervous about the lava. Could somebody let me know if I plant plants out here? Like, I mean, I guess I have some over there, but if I put some around here, they're not gonna burn, right? Because I don't want to burn the whole thing down. So anyways, though, I finally have this path that kind of wraps around here. I left that lame looking pond. Maybe I'll get rid of it. But yeah, it like wraps around the whole building there. The iron farm, nice and central. Then we've got a path up over here and a path up over here. I decided to come in and build these simple little light poles here with like a little bit of logs, some fences, and lanterns. A slab up top. I think it looks nice. I added 3. 3 is the golden number after all. Now, all around in here on the ground, scattered, we have different types of ores. This is a big, fancy, big flex. We got Sweet Bones over there. He loves it in this zone. And then all the way down this thing, I didn't change anything else down there. You saw it earlier. All around here, I went crazy. Oh, yes, that's right. It's a work site. Of course, it's a work site. It's no problem. Accidents will happen at work site, right? No big deal. I tried to close this area in with a couple different obstacles. We got that chest box right there that one day will be empty, but I'll leave it sitting there. Then we have the log pile. Then I built a small little fence. I've got a little smelting machine at the back there. I felt like that kind of made sense with the whole vibe. And yeah, the whole zone and this whole half of the world kind of is like basically filled in now. Just gotta fill in this small little hole, probably with plants or something, but looking pretty good. All in all, I'm so happy with how this area turned out. I think it looks really, really nice with the ore piles around and just a fully finished concept, dirt all over the place. Thank you all so much for watching today's episode. Tap like and subscribe. Branch Mining, your complete guide for 1.20 and probably beyond, at least for a while. There you go. And channel members, in honor of episode number 60, there's a world download on now with everything and more. Patrons, early access to the episodes. Thank you all for watching. It's me, and I will... Oh, wait, of course, that cannot end on this note. The Deep Slate Diamond ore, 40 of it that we got in this episode. I think it's time to do a little bit of mining. The truth, the moment of truth. Will we have over 1 stack of diamonds from this solid, well, not solid stack, but from 40 Deep Slate diamonds? I think it's looking very promising, don't you think? All right, so let's hold up. Let's roll back a little bit. Beautiful looking tree, but where can I do this better? Probably over here. I could set up like way more Deep Slate diamond at a time and just go for it. The armor situation, it's really holding us back. Same with some of the tools. I'd like to get some better tools, and I'd like to get some better armor. In order to pull all of that off, I need over a stack of diamonds, just to be sure, so I can like combine tools, gear, you know, everything like that. And sure enough, we got more than a stack of diamonds. It's beautiful. I'm the richest man in the world. I'm the richest man in the world, and I will see you next time. Signing off for real this time. Goodbye, everyone. See you tomorrow.